You're not falling apart. You're showing up. You're meeting deadlines, answering messages, holding it together. And that's exactly the problem. Most people think depression looks like someone who can't get out of bed. But there's another version, and it's sitting in meetings, hitting goals, and smiling at the right moments. It functions, it performs, it looks fine. The question isn't whether you're managing. You clearly are. The question is, when was the last time you actually felt something? Because there's a pattern hiding inside high performance that almost nobody talks about. And the better you are at functioning, the harder it is to see. You finished the day, you checked the boxes, and somewhere between dinner and trying to sleep, there's this quiet feeling you can't quite name. Not sadness exactly, more like nothing. A flatness where something used to be. You're not crying in the shower. You're just not feeling much of anything, even when life, on paper, looks fine. And the worst part? Because you're functioning, no one asks if you're okay, including you. This video won't give you a diagnosis, but it might give you something more useful. A name for something you've been carrying for a long time without knowing what it was. Researchers who study mood disorders have found something that reframes everything. High-functioning depression, clinically known as dysthymia, doesn't look like collapse. It looks like a low-grade, persistent emotional flatness that can last for years. Not dramatic enough to trigger alarm, not light enough to ignore, just there, in the background, every single day. Picture someone who wakes up, goes through the routine, delivers at work, shows up for the people who need them, and feels almost nothing doing any of it. Not unhappy enough to stop, not happy enough to feel alive. They keep moving because movement is the only thing that feels like control. Now pay attention to this. Researchers found that people with dysthymia often go undiagnosed for over a decade. Not because the symptoms aren't real, but because functioning becomes the disguise. The higher you perform, the more invisible the pain becomes, to the world and to yourself. There's a term for what happens inside the brain during this state: anhedonia, the gradual inability to feel genuine pleasure. Not sadness, the absence of joy. And in high-functioning people, it rarely looks like emptiness. It looks like being hard to impress, always chasing the next goal, never quite satisfied, even when everything goes right. Here's what makes this pattern so hard to catch. The same traits that mask the depression are often the traits people admire most in you. The discipline, the reliability, the ability to keep going. From the outside, it looks like strength. From the inside, it feels like running an engine that stopped enjoying the race a long time ago. And here's the part nobody says out loud. Achieving things stops being about wanting them. It becomes about not stopping. Because stopping means feeling. And feeling, for someone in this state, is the thing the whole system was built to avoid. You were never broken. You were adaptive. You built a system that kept you moving when staying still felt unbearable. And it worked. It got you here. But there's a difference between functioning and living, between going through the motions and actually being present for your own life. Functioning isn't the same as being fine. And recognizing that, quietly, honestly, without drama, is not a breakdown. It's the first clear thing you've seen in a long time. If this felt familiar, there's a reason. Drop one word in the comments, just one, that describes what functioning has been costing you. Not an explanation, just the word. And if you want to understand where this pattern comes from, watch this next. It goes deeper than you might expect.